Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're diving headfirst into the delicious world of baking. Listen up, you donkey, because I'm about to make you a baking star. Before we can create stunning pastries and mouth-watering cakes, we need to understand the bloody basics. And that starts with the essential ingredients. Think of these ingredients as your culinary army, each one with a specific role to play. You've got your flour, your sugar, your fats. Get any of these wrong, and your bake is going to be as disastrous as one of these contestants on Hell's Kitchen. But don't worry, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. We're going to break down each ingredient, explore its unique properties, and understand how it contributes to the final masterpiece. By the end of this video, you'll be armed with the knowledge to tackle any recipe with confidence. Let's get started. First up, let's talk about flour, the backbone of most baking recipes. Now, you can't just grab any old bag of flour and expect miracles. We're not running a bloody charity bake sale here. You've got your all-purpose, good for everyday baking, your bread flour with higher protein for, you guessed it, bread, and cake flour, delicate and low protein for light and airy cakes. Using the wrong flour is like sending a lamb to do a lion's job. It's just not going to end well. Each type has its own gluten content, which affects the texture of your baked goods. Too much gluten, you'll end up with something chewy like a rubber tire. Too little, and your bake will be as flat as a pancake, and nobody wants a flat pancake. So pay attention to the recipe and choose your flour wisely. Trust me, your taste buds will thank you for it. Next up, let's talk about fat. And no, I'm not talking about your waistline. Fat is crucial in baking, adding richness, tenderness, and flavor. It's what makes your cookies crumbly, your cakes moist, and your pastries flaky. Don't even think about skimping on it. Now, when it comes to fat, you've got options. Butter, oil, shortening, each one brings something unique to the table. Butter, for instance, adds a beautiful flavor and richness that you just can't replicate. Oil, on the other hand, creates a more moist and tender crumb. Shortening? Well, shortening is your go-to for creating super flaky pastries. The key is to choose the right fat for the job. Using the wrong one is like putting diesel in a Ferrari. It's just not going to work. So experiment, taste, and find your favorites. Now let's talk about sugar. And no, this isn't an excuse to go raiding the dessert trolley. Sugar does more than just sweeten your baked goods. It provides structure, color, and even helps with moisture. It's a bloody miracle worker. You've got your granulated sugar, brown sugar, powdered sugar, each with its own personality. Granulated sugar is your workhorse, used in everything from cookies to cakes. Brown sugar, with its hint of molasses, adds a lovely caramel flavor and chewiness. And powdered sugar? Well, it's perfect for dusting, frosting, and creating a delicate sweetness. Using the right sugar can make or break your recipe. Too much, and you'll end up with a sugar bomb. Too little, and your bake will be as exciting as a bowl of plain yogurt. Now let's talk about leavening agents, the unsung heroes of the baking world. They're the reason your cakes rise, your bread puffs up, and your pastries have those beautiful, airy layers. Without them, you're left with a dense, sad mess. And nobody wants a sad mess. You've got your baking soda, baking powder, and yeast. Baking soda needs an acidic ingredient to activate, while baking powder is good to go on its own. Yeast, on the other hand, is a whole different beast. It needs warmth, moisture, and time to work its magic. Understanding how these leavening agents work is crucial for achieving the desired texture in your baked goods. Get it wrong, and your cake will be as flat as a pancake. Finally, let's talk about salt. Now, before you think I've lost the plot, hear me out. Salt might seem out of place in a world of sugar and spice, but it plays a vital role in balancing flavors and enhancing the overall taste of your baked goods. Think of salt as the conductor of an orchestra, bringing all the different flavors together in perfect harmony. It enhances the sweetness, rounds out the richness, and adds a depth of flavor that you wouldn't believe. Even a pinch can make a world of difference. Forgetting the salt is like forgetting to season your steak, a cardinal sin in the culinary world. So don't be shy with the salt shaker. A little goes a long way. So there you have it, the 5 essential ingredients that will elevate your baking game to Michelin star standards. Now don't be afraid to experiment, to get your hands dirty, and to make mistakes. That's how you learn. Remember, baking is a science, but it's also an art. So get creative, have fun, and most importantly, taste everything. Happy baking and happy eating.